Friedrich Nietzsche's philosophical views on human relationships can be really insightful when it comes to modern dating situations. Imagine the sting of her indifference, the messages left unread, the social cues deliberately ignored. Your very presence, it seems, has been erased. Your first instinct, a primal pull in your chest, is to seek validation, to prove your worth, to ask why. But what if this very impulse, this desperate need for an answer from her, is the very chain that keeps you bound and powerless? This is the unsettling paradox Nietzsche forces us to confront. Conventional wisdom tells you to try harder, to prove your value, to win back her attention. Yet, this pursuit is a trap. It places the entirety of your self-worth into the hands of the one person actively rejecting it. You are begging for a currency she has already declared worthless. This creates a profound existential tension. The more you seek her recognition, the more you annihilate your own. You are building your identity on a foundation of her approval, an approval that has already collapsed. So, what is the alternative? To simply give up? To surrender to the quiet humiliation? Or is there a third, more radical path? One that doesn't involve her at all? The answer lies not in a new set of actions, but in a complete demolition of your current mindset. The silence she offers you is not a prison. It is an invitation to a profound rebellion. But what is the nature of this rebellion? And what terrifying power could it unlock within you? This compulsion to seek validation from those who withhold it is not a personal failing, but a deep psychological trap. Carl Jung would call it a hook upon which your entire sense of self has been hung, and its sudden absence creates a terrifying void. You are confronting what Nietzsche termed the abyss, and in your panic, you are staring into it, begging for it to stare back. This is the hidden problem. You have externalized your value. Your self-esteem has become a phantom, forever chasing the ghost of another's regard. Our society, a grand machine of social validation, conditions you for this. From schoolyard popularity to professional ladder climbing, you are taught that worth is conferred, not inherent. When a woman ignores you, she inadvertently pulls back the curtain on this entire system, revealing the terrifying truth that the rules you were taught to play by are an illusion. The French existentialist Jean-Paul Sartre saw this clearly. This hell is other people, not because they are cruel, but because their gaze becomes the prison of our own self-judgment. Her indifference becomes a mirror, forcing you to see the parts of yourself you've neglected, the inner citadel you've left undefended because you were too busy seeking approval at the gates. This psychological wound is fertile ground for a profound sickness of the soul, a quiet resentment that can poison future connections. But what is the true unseen cost of allowing this wound to fester? What silent consequences are already taking root within you, shaping a reality you have not yet dared to confront? The consequence of this externalized validation is a silent psychological colonization. Your inner world becomes a monument to her absence. Every song on the radio, every crowded street, becomes a reminder of what you lack. This is not mere sadness. It is a neurological hijacking. Cognitive biases like the Zeigarnik effect ensure your brain relentlessly loops the unresolved narrative of her rejection, draining your mental energy and focus. You are living in what Aldous Huxley might have seen as a personalized, brave new world, pacified by the sweet, self-administered soma of your own rumination. This internal collapse radiates outward, shaping a reality where you become less visible, less potent. Your posture slumps, your voice loses its conviction, your eyes scan for threats. You begin to preemptively reject opportunities and connections, building walls to protect a self that is already feeling dismantled. You are not just ignored by one person. You are practicing for a life of being ignored by the world. This is the ultimate, unseen trap. Her initial indifference was a single event, but your reaction to it becomes a perpetual state. You are constructing your own prison, brick by psychic brick. all while believing she holds the key. But if the lock is of your own making, then what radical, counterintuitive key must you forge to break free? What is the first rebellious act of demolition against this self-built fortress? The rebellion begins not with an action toward her, but with a violent inward shift in perspective. Nietzsche provides the weapon, amor fati, the love of one's fate. Her indifference is not a curse to be undone, but a brutal gift to be embraced. This is the radical pivot. You must stop asking, why does she ignore me? And start commanding, let this be the catalyst that forges me. Your worth was never hers to validate. It is yours to cultivate. This is the counterintuitive core of your escape. You must use the very pain of her rejection as the fuel for your own transformation. This is not about feigned indifference or playing games. It is about a genuine philosophical recalibration of your entire being. See her silence not as a void, but as space, precious, empty space previously cluttered with the noise of seeking her approval. Now, fill it with the relentless pursuit of your own purpose. Channel that agonizing mental energy into your body, your craft, your intellect. Become so consumed by your own, becoming that her opinion becomes as relevant as a passing cloud in a storm you are already weathering. This is how you reclaim control. You stop being the actor in her play and become the playwright of your own. You are no longer a supplicant at a closed door. You are building a stronger, more magnificent castle where that door doesn't even exist. But this raises the final, most terrifying question. What is the ultimate truth of this new castle you build? What is the foundational stone upon which this unshakable self rests? The ultimate truth, the final realization that redefines everything, is this: her ignoring you was never the problem. It was merely the trigger that exposed the pre-existing condition, your own silent belief that you were incomplete. You were seeking a reflection to confirm an existence you doubted yourself. This is the paradigm shift. The journey was never about winning her attention, but about incinerating the part of you that needed it. Nietzsche's Bermensch is not a man who is adored by women, but one who is so consumed by his own values and creation that the adoration or rejection of others becomes meteorological data, noted but powerless to alter his internal climate. Your liberation is found in the profound understanding that you are the sole source of your own validation. The castle you build rests on the foundation of self-authorship. When you truly grasp that your worth is a non-negotiable fact, as inherent as your breath, the entire dynamic of human interaction transforms. You no longer approach relationships from a place of lack, seeking someone to complete you, but from a place of abundance, seeking a fellow sovereign to share your kingdom with. Let her indifference be the fire that burned away everything that was not authentically you. What remains, standing alone in the ashes, is not a man who is ignored, but a man who is finally, unignorably, himself. Embracing your individuality and focusing on self-improvement can be a game changer when it comes to dealing with rejection or disinterest. It's not always easy, but it's a powerful way to take control of your life and your emotions. If you've ever dealt with being ignored or rejected, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. What do you think about Nietzsche's approach? Have you found that focusing on self-improvement and personal growth has helped you deal with rejection or disinterest? Let me know. And if you're interested in more videos on relationships and philosophy, be sure to check out my channel.